How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. Now on today's show we're going to be talking about the FA chairman Greg Clark, because he has resigned after comments he's made to MPs. Next piece of news involves Jude Bellingham, because he's been called up to the England first team squad. And the last piece of news involves Gunnersaurus, because he is back where he belongs at the Emirates.
I represent my fucking self.
How we doing, guys? Welcome to DT's Daily. That's right.
So the first place we're going to start is the news that broke yesterday about the FA chairman Greg Clark, because he has resigned in the wake of referencing to black footballers as coloured whilst giving evidence to MPs. Clark used the phrase when answering a question around the difficulty of gay players in the men's game coming out because of social media backlash during a digital culture, media and sports committee meeting on Tuesday. The former FA chairman said, "If I look at what happens to high profile female footballers, to high profile coloured footballers and the abuse they take on social media, it's a free for all." A few minutes later, the DCMS committee member Kevin Brennan MP asked Clark if he wished to withdraw the use of the outdated word coloured. Clark then went on to say, "If I said it, I deeply apologise for it. Secondly, I am a product of having worked overseas. I worked in the USA for many years, where I was required to use the term people of colour, sometimes because that was the product of their diversity legislation and positive discrimination format. Sometimes I trip over my words." Really? You trip over your words? Now, it's a very, very, very outdated word. It's very, very offensive. And to actually reference a black footballer as being coloured is just... there's just no place for it in modern society. In our game, this is the guy that was chairman of the FA. The top of our game. It's absolutely staggering. Now, I'm not buying into all of this, you know, that he's old and that he comes from an era where, you know, this word was used as the norm, should we say. I'm not buying none of that. My dad's nearly 80 years old. He doesn't go around referencing black people as coloured. You know, you don't go around referencing anybody by any terminology that is wrong. Like, I genuinely don't get it. He's in a position within the FA where they would have been trained. They would have been, you know, retrained if, like him, you come from an older generation where things were the norm. I just find it absolutely staggering that he can use that kind of word whilst sitting in front of MPs and speaking to them. And he actually thought that he was saying something good at the time and trying to speak up for, you know, gay footballers and black footballers, and he's gone and shot himself straight in the foot by referencing them as being coloured. And it's just staggering. The chairman of the FA, the Football Association in this country, the powers that be. And it just shows that we're still a very long way away from being where we want to be. And there are going to be these issues within the game whilst there's still people that are a problem. And dinosaurs is one of the words that I would use, because they're very, very outdated. And they don't realise that in this, you know, modern society and in 2020, you know, everybody is equal. You cannot say the things that you say that would have been acceptable in your day. And there's actually nothing wrong with referencing a black footballer as being a black footballer. You know, it's no difference to referencing a white footballer. They are white. He's no longer here, and he is now out of a job. And he was actually saying that it was something he was probably looking to move on from anyway. Absolute rubbish. You shot yourself in the foot. You've been caught out. You've had to take the walk, make out it was just a slip of the tongue. It was something that you may have picked up because you once worked in America. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. And that's the main thing. He's out now. And, you know, sometimes you've got to get rid of the root to, you know, start to grow again. And hopefully the FA can really learn from this and try and get out all of the people that still live, you know, in the past. And let's move with the times that we live in. And it's 2020, nearly 2021 for Christ's sake. So, yeah, he's gone. And I can't say no more than that. Next piece of news involves Jude Bellingham. Very, very talented 17-year-old lad that plays for Borussia Dortmund, was playing at Birmingham. And he's been called up to the England senior squad by Gareth Southgate. And this has raised a few questions. Now, he's been called up because of the withdrawals of James Ward-Prowse and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, Bellingham is a midfielder. He's made 10 appearances for Borussia Dortmund. I believe he's only started one of them though, and he scored 1 goal. And the reason why this has brought up a bit of a debate is because there's footballers out there, players that are more experienced, have international experience in the Premier League, that have not made the squad that could have. You've got the likes of James Maddison. You've even got the likes of Ross Barkley, who's playing really, really well at Aston Villa. I should know, because I saw it firsthand how good he was on Sunday. Why have they not been given the opportunity? Why has he been promoted straight from the under-21 squad to the, you know, the full senior side? And there's no doubt his talent. He's a brilliant, brilliant young player. But is this too soon? And it kind of just asks questions about Gareth Southgate again, because he was the one that said, you know, players need to be playing at a high level on a consistent basis to be considered for the senior squad. Now, there's no doubt he's playing at a high level at Borussia Dortmund, but he's not playing at a consistent level, and he's 17 years old. Let the boy grow and develop. And you could call upon Maddison or Barkley, etc. There's plenty of time for Jude Bellingham to, you know, get into the squad and, you know, show what he's all about. But at the moment, too soon. And I think a lot of people believe that as well and feel the same way. It's nothing against him as a player or as a person, because he's an exceptional young talent. From the interviews I've seen and from a couple of people I know that actually know him and are close to Birmingham, he's meant to be a really, really nice lad. Really humble boy. He's got a good background, good parents, and his head is firmly on his shoulders. And that's a good sign, first and foremost. But yeah, time will tell. I just think it may be a bit too soon. Because he's not fully developed and playing on a consistent basis to warrant that place. And again, like I was saying, it just kind of raises the questions of Gareth Southgate, and, you know, it's good for one but not the other. I don't rate him as a manager anyway. I think he's absolutely awful, and I think if England are going to stand any chance of, you know, winning anything at a major tournament, then he needs to be gone. But that's a story for another matter. Last piece of news, and it involves Gunnersaurus, and I never thought I'd actually be sitting here talking about a dinosaur. Yeah, we all see the story a few weeks back where Gunnersaurus was made redundant and Mesut Ozil got involved. Now, Jerry Quay is the man that has played the Arsenal mascot for 27 years. But in October, he was made redundant. Ozil then took to Instagram to say that he was so sad that Jerry Quay, our famous and loyal mascot, Gunnersaurus, an integral part of our club, was being made redundant after 27 years. As such, I'm offering to reimburse Arsenal with a full salary of our big green guy, as long as I will be an Arsenal player, so Jerry can continue his job that he loves so much. And then he had the hashtag justice for Gunnersaurus, hashtag M10, hashtag Yar Gunners Yar. And yesterday, Gunnersaurus was pictured back at the Emirates Stadium. Thumbs up, looking very, very happy, and he's clearly got his job back. And Mesut Ozil has commented, and he said, "Happy to see you back where you belong. Hashtag Yar Gunners Yar." So, yeah, Gunnersaurus has returned. He is no longer extinct. He has his job back. He is happy. All is well. And I think that's a great story, to be honest with you. And the way we end this show today. A bit of light-hearted news. Gunnersaurus is not extinct. And Gunnersaurus has his job back. And whatever you think of Mesut Ozil, fair play to him. He's not going to notice that money that is missing, and he has to pay to, you know, keep the man in his job. But it's the thought that counts, and that's gone a long way for, you know, Jerry Quay in particular. And fair play to him. But yeah, Gunnersaurus is still in a job. So there we go. That is it for today's DT's Daily. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you think about today's topics. The first topic, let me know what you think about that and the comments made. Jude Bellingham as well. Do you think that's too soon to be called up to the senior squad or not? And then lastly, Gunnersaurus. How good is it to see him back? If you're new around here, do hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I'll see you lot soon. I'm out of here.